Today is February 16th, 2012. My name is Joshua Fox with the Orange County Library System. I am at the Washington Park branch here in Orlando, capturing memories from our community. And today I have with me
Tammi Holliday.
All right, thank you, Tammi Holliday. And where are you from, Miss Holliday?
I grew up in Winter Haven, and we moved to Orlando when I was 12 years old. So I have been here for about 40 years. So I'm telling my age. So it's about 30 years. Put it that way, not 40, but 30. Yeah.
Not a problem. All right. So grew up in Winter Haven, and what are your earliest memories of the Orlando area?
When we moved to Tangelo Park, which was at that time a small community. Tangelo, I guess, was a community where people who were in the armed forces, like the Navy, moved into that area. So when we moved there, it just wasn't, a lot of African American people, But over time period, it is very diverse in Tangelo now. So, like I said, just a small community. There was no YMCA, just the homes and the church. And since that time, we had the Y that's there. Child care centers have bloomed up in Tangelo, so it's kind of growing.
Okay. So, you kind of grew up down Tangelo Park there. How would you describe yourself as a child?
Kind of quiet. I'm still kind of quiet. I only talk when necessary. So, I just pretty much hung out with my friends. And I'm a bookworm, so I love the library. Okay. I love to read. So that's what I did a lot of my time, just reading.
Okay. So what would you say is the best memory of your childhood?
I guess, I don't know. My fond memories, like I said, just, I have some lifetime friends. So I guess as a child, I was adopted. So my sister is in New York. And so when we moved to Orlando, I found lifetime friends. And we're kind of like sisters. So, that was a fun memory just to have some sisters that, my friends Lisa and Adele and Colette, we were like sisters. So I think that was one of my funnest memories is finding lifetime friends.
Okay. What would you say is the happiest moment of your life so far?
So far, marrying my husband and then being a mom and a grandma. But on Saturday, I had an opportunity to go and see Michelle Obama. So that was kind of one of my dreams. So that was like, oh God, thank you. So that's been the greatest thing, I think. I've met a lot of people, but I always wanted to meet Michelle Obama.
So did you actually get to meet her after she
I was
spoke?
like 10 feet away, and I couldn't get there because there were so many people in front of me, but got some awesome pictures though. So just being in the room because she's so full of energy, beautiful lady. So
that's great. What would you say you're most proud of?
What I am most proud of is that, I guess, starting a school. Our church has a school. We have a school. So, accomplishing that. Because my mother was a teacher. My aunts are teachers and nurses. And I couldn't do the nursing thing. Didn't really want to teach, but it kept coming. So I ended up doing that. And we had like a homeschool group. And we did it in, our first year was 2007, and we had at that time, probably about 12 students. And out of the 12, we had 5 seniors, and all of them graduated on time, and 3 of them got scholarships from Valencia Community College. So that was awesome. All that applied for the scholarship got it. So I, just thought that was terrific.
Great. That's really great. So did you go to school here in the area yourself?
I went to Oak Ridge High School, and I went to Valencia, and I attended J.D. Price Theological Bible College.
Okay.
So all of that was here in Orlando.
Okay. So what would you say your favorite subjects were?
My favorite subject was English. But since doing homeschooling the students, I began to be a history buff, so I kind of like history now.
Okay. What would you say are the most important lessons you've learned in life?
My mother always taught me that you treat other people the way that you want to be treated. So I, try to live my life. I don't want to be a people pleaser, but I do want to be able to be kind and loving and compassionate to people because that's how I want people to treat me. So that's been my lifelong lesson. And to love the Lord.
Okay. So currently, are you are you doing the homeschooling thing?
Yes. Well, my last student, who's going to graduate next month, because we finished him early, and we've been coming here to the library. So we've been, meeting here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so he'll be my last one for this year. But yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Who would you say was the most important person in your life?
I think my mom. Because, like I said, she was a teacher, so she taught me at an early age of, to love the Lord and how to treat people. And I just remember my mom we lived in Haines City, so it was kind of like a migrant kind of city, And so I remember my mom would bring, at that time it was cool, she would bring children home from school, who had less than we had. So, I learned how to share, because if they saw something that they wanted, my mom would say, just give it to them, and she would replace it. So that taught me how to, love people and to be caring. So I think my mom was a great example. Like I said, she wasn't my birth mom. She was really my aunt, and she adopted me. So.
Would you say she's the biggest influence on your life?
I think her and my husband. He teaches me a lot, especially when it comes to, about Christ and stuff. And I've had an opportunity through lots of experiences to meet a lot of people who have had an influence in my life. But those two.
Okay. Let's see. So, what would you say has changed about the Orlando area since you were younger?
I like driving in from where we live into the city and seeing the skyline. I remember we used to drive downtown and it was only the SunTrust building. And so now we have a skyline, and I just think that it's beautiful when you drive in from our side of town and then you start to see all of the buildings in the skyline. So I love it.
Okay. And how would you like to be remembered?
As a person who, everybody that I meet, I try to find something good in them, regardless of what people say. I want people to know that if I say that I love you, then I love you, and that's from my heart. And, to know that there was never anybody that I came in contact with that I didn't try to help. I see some of this, as my husband said earlier, we worked at the YMCA, so it's wonderful to get phone calls or to see people, the children that we help say, because of you, I was able to get a job. Most of them have started their own business because we used to do entrepreneur classes. And so just to know that they still know that we played a part in their lives, and I just think that's awesome.
If you could do anything now other than what you're doing, what would it be?
I could do anything. Travel. I just want to, travel. Like I said, being a person who's really enjoying history, to just, some of the places that you can read about. Like one year we were able to go to Boston, so we were there, and the gravesite of Paul Revere and the churches and all that kind of stuff. So I would just really like to travel, just to expose myself. My ultimate goal is to get to the Grand Canyon, so I'm gonna get there.